Let's start out with Trump.
Donald. What's he up to?
Jesus Christ, man. Well, okay, so, you know he put all these tariffs on Canada and China and Mexico, right? So Mexico isn't saying too much, they're just letting it go. China...
What's a tariff?
A tariff. Okay, a tariff is a tax on anything that's imported into our country. So any goods that come from Canada is taxed. But Canada doesn't pay it, we pay it. Because then what happens is he puts a tariff on it, saying that if it's imported into the United States, they're going to tax it by whatever percentage he chooses. So the price of that product now is raised by the manufacturer because it costs more to bring it in here, so then the consumer has to pay the tariff, basically.
Yeah.
So basically it's to increase the price. Now the price goes to our government, so it's basically a tax on goods that come into the country. So Canada's pissed about this because if you put a tax on something that's, say, imported from Canada or Mexico or China, whatever, people are going to buy that less. Okay, it's like Crown Royal. Crown Royal now has went up like $10, $15 for Crown Royal. So unless you're a huge Crown Royal fan, you're going to look at Crown Royal, and then you're going to look at Jack Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
Now Crown Royal costs $20 more than it used to. Jack Daniels is still the same price, so, you know, what are you going to buy?
Right.
Right, so this pisses off the country that it's coming in from, so now Canada has put a tariff on us. Not only did Canada put a tariff on us, but Canada supplies electricity to certain states. Okay, they supply electricity to the northern part of New York State, Maine, certain states that are right there near Canada.
Near Niagara Falls.
Right. Canada provides electricity for those states. So to combat these tariffs, not only did they put a tariff on our goods, they also banned all United States products in Canada, and they put a 25% tax on all electricity going to New York, Maine, and all those states. So now their electricity has risen by $200.
Jesus.
So Donald is pissed off about what they did.
It's a pissing match.
Yeah, it's a trade war, is what it is.
Wow.
So Donald's now pissed at that, so now he's jacking the tariff to 50% in Canada, which really, all of this does is it's a trade war and a pissing match between Donald Trump and Canada, Donald Trump and China. And what it does, though, it fucks everybody in this country, basically. It just fucks all the Americans right in the ass hard.
Yeah.
Because half of our auto parts are made in Canada. So now the price of cars, they already said, dude, the stock market tanked. The stock market went down 500 fucking points, like the other day. And Donald Trump's on his true social media going off about it. Going, oh, I don't know why the stock market's tanking. Well, your fucking stupid ass policies, dog. That's why. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. But you know Donald, he can't admit he's wrong, so
dude,
it's all in or it's retarded. He can't say, you know what, tariffs were a bad idea, guy. He did tell us to shut up about the price of eggs, though. He wrote that on his social media too. He wrote, look, egg prices are high, just shut up about it. Dude, wasn't that one of your, I mean, that was one of your fundamental things you said on the campaign trail that day one. Day one, you're going to bring down the price of eggs and groceries. And now...
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, 3 months later, you're like, shut the fuck up. I won. Go fuck yourself. Stop bitching about the fact that groceries are so high. We don't care. Fuck you. Alright, Don. Thanks, God. You know what? All I gotta say is, all the people that didn't vote for Donald Trump tried to tell all you people that did vote for him what the fuck was gonna happen, And now the fuck it's happening. And you know what? Okay, well now you got what you wanted, motherfucker. Hell, you voted for the motherfucker, so there's no reason. I mean, people are bitching left and right now. And the thing is, you voted this guy in, okay? If you voted for Trump, you have nothing to bitch about at this point. Because you had a vote. You cast your vote for who you cast it for. If you don't like what's going on now, you have no one to blame but your goddamn self. Do I think it would have been any better under Kamala, though? Hell no.
No, it's the same shit.
Not. It would have been the same shit.
No, yeah, it's because it's these rich, powerful people can play these games because it's at the expense of us, dude.
Well, there's also...
It's like any other thing. It's like war. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a game that can be played by a very few select people.
Right.
And it's at the expense of everybody else, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the expense of me and you.
Right.
Like, I mean, I'm not going to war.
No, but it's monopoly.
But I am having to pay a lot fucking more for everything now.
Yeah. The price of everything, it keeps going up, and I'm like, well, okay. Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing. I mean, no matter who you vote in, it's the same dog, just with a different coat. I mean, you know.
Right.
You're all in the same basket. It doesn't matter. You're going to get fucked either way. The only difference, like I've said to many people, I said the only difference is, would you like a little lube with your fucking, or do you just want a raw dog? Because with Republicans, you just get bent over and raw dogged. With Democrats, they at least, you know, put a little Vaseline around the tank before they fucking pound it in.
Right. And that's all you can really ask.
Yeah, they give you a reach around at least. I mean, you're still getting prison raped either way, but you know, at least
if I'm being right.
At least with the Dems, they do give you a bit of a reach around.
If the ass fucking is inevitable.
Yeah.
Of course, I'll take the Vaseline. Why the fuck wouldn't I? Why the fuck wouldn't I?
I mean, you might as well sweeten the deal with a little bit of a ball play while you're fucking me hard in the ass unwillingly. Okay, so today,
I don't know.
We're not talking about ass
what
fucking.
the fuck we're talking about.
I don't either. I went way off the rails. The rails have lost.
That's what happens when you talk about Trump.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, this has went in a direction I didn't think. I don't know how we got on prison rape, but we're talking about a guy named Bruce Mendenhall today. Brucey, old Bruce Mendenhall.
More of our conversations than we would like to admit end up on prison rape.
I know. It's not really.
Like for some
not
reason,
really where we start, but it seems to be where the whole conversation ends up. So Bruce, but we're talking about Bruce, and it's weird. He has a weird middle name, Delane. I don't know what kind of name is Delane. It's almost feminine in that. This guy's a goofball. Okay, look.
What's his last name? Mendenhall?
Mendenhall. And I want you to look him up because you will not believe who he looks like. I'm not going to say it straight out who this guy looks like, but if you've ever seen Office Space, if you've ever seen the movie Office Space, the moment you see this guy, you'll know who I'm talking about. I'm going to burn down the building, Jason.
Yeah, dude, he does. He looks like Milton.
He looks exactly like Milton.
Burn down the building.
Oh, that's okay. They said I could play the music at a reasonable volume.
Maybe switch from the Boston to the swing language.
Yeah, it's just, they switched the Boston to the swing language. Oh, but anyways, Bruce Mendenhall is an American serial killer. He was arrested in Tennessee in July 2007 and found guilty in 2010. He originally was found guilty of the June 26, 2007 murder of Sarah Holbert. He was a long-haul truck driver, and Mendenhall's truck was found to contain the blood of numerous other murder or missing women. Yeah, usually when they open up the back end of your semi and they find DNA and blood from a numerous amount of missing women, including the one you're wanted for, it's kind of an open and shut case. It's not really hard to convict you. I mean...
No, I mean, unless you're hauling livestock, if there's blood in the back of your fucking trailer, you're probably... It's going to get tested.
Yeah, he wasn't hauling livestock.
It's going to get tested, right?
He was hauling dead bodies across the country.
Where else are you supposed to haul them, Brian?
Hey, from what I see, he's a multitasker.
Right.
You already got a truckload of shit. You might as well throw the bodies of some prostitutes that you're killing at the truck stop in the back. I mean... You know, and
I was making deliveries anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I figured, you know, drop her off on the side of the road, drop off this load of Cracker Jacks over in Alabama. You know, it's a twofer.
Yeah,
it's a twofer.
Right. 100%.
So he has been charged with the murders of 3 other women at truck stops in Alabama, Indiana, and Tennessee. He was convicted in Indiana just a little while ago. He picked up a lot lizard at the Flying J there in Indianapolis.
Nice.
Yeah, right off 69 there. And she was never seen again because he took her into the cab, strangled her, and then, you know, put her in the back of the truck and such. He is also under investigation for murders in Georgia, Illinois, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Texas.
So he was a long haul truck.
Yeah, he was a busy boy, so you know.
Yeah. It's lonely out here on the road, Brian.
So I tried to get a bunch of back story on this guy, and there isn't much as far as backstory. We know that he was born in 1951. He's 73 now. He was born in Crawford, Illinois. They have called him the prosty shooter, the rest stop killer, and the truck stop killer. He has 3 children and was married at the time of his incarceration to a lady named Linda. He has 2 daughters and a son. So he was a resident of Albion, Illinois at the time, and he was arrested at the TNA truck stop on Interstate 24 in Nashville, Tennessee in 2007 after Detective Sergeant Pat, P-O-S-T-I-G-L-I-T-O-N-E, Postiglione.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, man. Jesus Christ, why do these people have to have these fucking god-awful names, man?
What was his first name?
Pat.
I would have just said
Pat is fine, but Postiglione?
I would have just said Pat Post.
Anyways, the detective
Postiglione.
He spotted his truck and it matched some surveillance footage from the night that Sarah Nicole Herbert was murdered at the same truck stop. He then went up to the vehicle and started inspecting it, and he saw a large quantity of blood and clothing that were also bloody, and identification and personal effects from an Indianapolis woman who had gone missing the day before. Well, I mean,
shit.
You know.
Shit, Bruce.
I'm not saying you made his job easy, but look.
I'm not trying to.
Jesus. You killed this bitch in Tennessee.
I want these goods delivered as much as anybody, Bruce. I do.
But you think you could have stopped?
I'm having a hard time.
You think you could have stopped and got... I mean, you had her ID. You had her driver's license, motherfucker. I mean, at a certain point, they're just...
So
how much evidence do you want to give these people?
Where was the body at this point?
I don't...
Had he disposed?
The body wasn't there, so I'm guessing he just dropped the body off wherever, but...
So Bruce. Brucey. Bobby. Why? In the world would you keep her ID? Bruce.
I'm saying.
Boom.
And it wasn't even in the back of the truck. No. They found this in the cab. In the floorboards, dude. In a bag. A Walmart sack, for God's sake. Open. So, this was all found in a plastic Walmart sack along with blood that was spattered about the inside of the cab, including all over the steering wheel. And when they arrested Mendenhall, there was also blood from the body on his hands that had dried and was caked there. So he didn't even wash his fucking hands.
Well, what'd they pull him over for?
No, he was at the truck stop in Tennessee. His cab, okay. This chick, Sarah Herbert, had went missing the night before. She'd been reported missing. So they went to her last, the people that found her missing said, hey, she's a lot lizard, hangs out at the truck stops. So they went to the truck stop that she normally hangs out to get Johns. They pulled surveillance footage. They saw her get into this dude's truck. So he had went to Indianapolis, because he was a long-haul truck driver, obviously picked up another lot lizard, killed her, was back in Tennessee the next day, and the cop saw his truck, and he knew that it matched the surveillance footage that he'd just seen, so he was like, well, let's go check out this truck.
So because Bruce had just recently killed the girl from Indiana.
Right.
Like,
the day before.
But I'm guessing this all happened and he disposed of her and shit, like, he hasn't even got a chance to fucking wash up.
Right,
and now they're getting him, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why they found him in that condition.
Right.
So carelessly.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was gonna throw the bag away. He
Probably.
just hadn't had a chance yet.
Well,
he just fucking got done, you know what I mean, disposing of some lot lizard bitch.
He probably wasn't gonna throw the bag away because when they saw the bag in the truck, then it gave them a reason to do a more extensive search. When they did a more extensive search of the truck, they found over 300 items in the truck, including a rifle, knives, handcuffs, latex gloves, several weapons cartridges, some discharged and used, black tape, a nightstick, many sex toys with DNA on them. Sampling of these items turned up DNA from 5 different women.
Bruce, bro.
Jesus Christ! You could not have given them more of an open and shut case if you had admitted to the whole fucking thing, dude, with videotape. I mean, Challenge Christmas. I mean, there's dumb and then there's just stupid. God damn, Bruce. Okay. So, in 2007, he waived his right to a preliminary hearing. I would say so. So his victims. Mendenhall's victims were primarily young prostitutes, usually found shot. Although detectives have determined that his method of killing may have changed over the years. During question, he implicated himself in the shooting death of Holbert, whose body was found on June 26, 2007. He also implicated himself in the shooting death of Samantha Winters in Lebanon, Tennessee, who was found in a truck stop trash can next to a dumpster. Yeah, that's how you do it. He didn't even take the bodies down the road. He just dumps them right there at the truck stop where he's at.
God damn.
In a trash can. In a 39-gallon hefty can. That's where he put her. Didn't even...
God damn it, man.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, it's hard to get somebody up into the dumpster.
You could have kept her in the truck, dumped her on the side of the road, down the road or something. Jeez.
Yeah, that's what
He was indicted on the murders of Winters and was convicted and sentenced to life. Another victim killed on July 7, 2007 at a Flying J truck stop off of Interstate 465 in Indianapolis, Indiana was found. Karma Pura, a 31-year-old mother of two, was last seen on the far south side of Indianapolis truck stop. Marion County Prosecutor Carl Brissy charged Mendenhall with murder in the case. DNA tests link a large quantity of blood from Mendenhall's truck cab to the woman, and investigators also found her cell phone, ATM card, her clothing she wore the day she disappeared. Also, 4 years later, her remains were discovered in Kentucky off of I-65. So at least that one he took down the road, dumped her in Kentucky.
Yeah.
So at least he got a little smarter with that one. In Alabama, Mendenhall was also charged with the murder of Lucille Greta Carter, who was found nude in a trash bin with a plastic bag taped around her head. She was shot with a .22. Mendenhall was initially cooperative, but then ceased to implicate himself in other murders. They believe Mendenhall is responsible for murders in Atlanta, at a Motel 6, Swanee, Georgia, and Gary, Indiana. They believe he's responsible for a murder in LaSalle, Illinois, and in Fairview, Tennessee.
Jesus.
And in another one in Georgia, and another one in Bucks, North Tennessee. So he was found guilty of first-degree murder in Tennessee. He received a life sentence for the murder of Samantha Winters. He was also given 65 years in Indiana for the murder of Karma Pura. He denied being a serial killer and claims to only be guilty of trusting a cop. Oh, Jesus Christ. So he got 65 years in Indiana in January of 2025, so just this year. He was convicted here. But it doesn't matter because he's got to serve his life sentence in Tennessee first. So since that's life without parole, I highly doubt he's ever going to see time in Indiana. I mean, so they got him locked up in Tennessee right now. I mean, at a certain point...
Man.
At a certain point, this is my point here. I understand all of the families, for all of these women, want some kind of justice. They want the killer to go to court and be found guilty. But just logistically alone, you got to figure, look, if he's convicted of life in one state, is it really worth all the money to the taxpayers to move him around to all these different states where he did all these different crimes and convict him in all those states? Because, I mean, he's life without parole in Tennessee. He can't get out. Okay? He's never getting out. He's going to die and be buried in Tennessee. So, yeah, you convict him of 65 years to life in Indiana. Okay. But what? For what?
Yeah.
For what? What's your end goal? Just to give the family some closure? Who cares?
But it's just business.
He can't. Yeah, but he can't get out. So it's like it's redundant. It's like when they give them like 12 life sentences for 12 murders. Okay, what do you expect? The guy to be reincarnated? You think he's going to be resurrected like Jesus and come out the grave and you're going to give him another life sentence? No. One is plenty. He's not gonna. I mean, he can't.
Well, I agree.
I mean, I understand if there's a possibility of parole giving him multiple lives, because then you're ensuring that he's never getting out. But if you're giving him life without the possibility of parole for one murder, that should cover all of them, just all of them, because.
But like the people in Indiana, are they doing it for justice or are they doing it for money?
Well, I mean, how much money are you going to get off of
I don't know.
in prison?
I have no idea.
I mean, you're not going to get any money off him. I mean, the guy couldn't even afford to wash his hands.
I mean, but For all we know, though, he was a hell of a truck driver. You know, I mean, the dude was fucking safely fucking keeping sex toys in the back of the fucking trailer, getting fucking deliveries done.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't believe they found all that shit in his fucking truck.
Yeah.
It wasn't even in the trailer. They found it in the cab, man. He wasn't even hiding the shit.
Oh, no.
Hell, the cop, when he walked up, said it was in a Walmart sack opened in the front seat. Her bloody clothes, her ID, everything. Jesus Christ.
Here you go, officer.
Yeah. Why not just put a big sign on the front, murder for hire?
Right. It was me.
They got him as soon as he walked out of the truck stop. He didn't even get to eat his Slim Jim, Jason. It's fucking horrible.
Right.
He had an icy in one hand, a Slim Jim in the other. He was looking for a fruitful day of dropping off a load and then dropping off a load.
Yeah. He was fucking about to pick up another lizard.
Well, anyways, this is our story on Bruce Mendenhall, and we hope you liked it. We will see you next time.
Later.